Hello students, I am Akshay Deshpande and welcome to CET Sankalp. Today we will look into the further part of the photosynthesis in higher plants. In the last class, if you remember, we have mainly discussed about the light reactions and also we discussed about the experiments that gave us an idea about the photosynthesis and how these reactions actually occur, right? So we all know that photosynthesis actually occurs in two steps. The first one we are having is the light dependent reactions and another one we are having is the light independent reactions, right? So light dependent reactions the product ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ mainly ATP ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಆಮೇಲೆ NADPH ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದೇ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಭಾಗ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ದ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಲೈಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಗಿನ್ ನಾವು. Now, we all know that the light independent reaction, light dependent reaction, the product mainly the ATP and the NADPH, right? So these are mainly the products, right? These are mainly the products of the reactions, products of the light reaction. This is what we know. And interestingly, these ATP and NADPH are actually used for the biosynthetic phase anta helthivi now. Okay, this is the second stage, right? This is the second stage of photosynthesis. Second stage of photosynthesis, that is the sugar formation or sugar synthesis, right? So this is what we call as the second stage or the biosynthetic phase ಅಂತೀವಿ. biosynthetic phase ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಶುಗರ್ ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಯೋಸಿಂಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಸೊ ಈ ಬಯೋಸಿಂಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ATP ಮತ್ತು NADPH ಬಳಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ NADPH and ATP are actually formed in the light reactions. So now these reactions are mainly independent of the light but require the products of the light reactions. They are called as dark reactions mainly because they are independent of light reactions. Light ಇರಲಿ ಬಿಡಲಿ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಆದರೆ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೇನು ಬೇಕು, ATP and NADPH ಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲೈಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ನೋ. Now, Kelvin was the scientist who actually for the first time gave a detailed explanation about the biosynthetic phase of photosynthesis. Okay, so hagagi this stage what we are looking into now is also called as the Kelvin cycles anta karitivi. It is also called as Kelvin cycle. Okay, it is also called as the Kelvin cycle. It's also called as the Kelvin cycle. Now he used mainly the algae to study about the biosynthetic phase in the biosynthetic phase of photosynthesis. Algae use ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರು mainly study ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೌದಾ? And interestingly, he also used a radioisotope of carbon that is called as the carbon-14. Carbon-12 is the normal carbon that we find in the case of living organisms. ಆದರೆ ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್-14 ಇರೋಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ದ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಶುಗರ್. ನಮಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಶುಗರ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್, ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್-14 ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್-14 ಇರೋಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಶುಗರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಟ್ರೇಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ದು ನಾವು ಟ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಟ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇದನ್ನು ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಆ್ಯಸ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ನೋ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೇಮ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಮೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ C3 ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ C3 ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಸೊ ಈಗ C3 ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದಿ 3 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 3-phosphoglyceric acid ಅಥವಾ 3-phosphoglycerate ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ 3PGA, right? So this is actually what we call the first product of the C3 cycle or Kelvin cycle, okay, which is mainly made up of 3 carbon compound. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, 3Pg ಅಂತ ನಾವು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. But however, there is also a slight variation of this C3 cycle also, which is called as the C4 cycle ಅಂತ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ C4 cycle ಅಂತ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, C4 cycle ಅಂತ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, because the first product of this reaction is mainly a 4 carbon compound which is called as oxaloacetic acid. The first 4 carbon compound is called as the oxaloacetic acid. It is called as the oxaloacetic acid. Hagagi we use one more term for the same cycle called as the C4 cycle. It is also named after the scientist called as the Hatch-Slack pathway antu karitare. Hatch-Slack pathway antu ನಾವು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. It's also called as the Hatch-Slack pathway ಅಂತ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, so hence we can say that there are based upon the fixation of the products, okay, based upon the fixation of products. Fixation ಅಂತಂದ್ರೇನು, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎರಡು ಥರದ ಸೈಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದ C3 ಸೈಕಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಯಾವುದು C4 ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ದ C3 ಸೈಕಲ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ C3 plants. But whereas the plants which utilize the C4 cycle, they are called as the C4 plants. Majority of the plants are actually the C3 plants, but mainly the grass species of plants mainly utilize this C4 cycle. Okay, hence they are generally called as the C4 plants anta heltivi. Remember this. So we shall now look into the actual stages of Kelvin cycle. The Kelvin cycle mainly consists of 3 important stages. The first one is called as the carboxylation. The next one we are having is the reduction. The last one we are having is the regeneration. Right? So in the carboxylation, the carbon dioxide is accepted by an acceptor called as the RuBP. Okay? RuBP ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರೈಬೋಲೋಸ್ 1,5-bisphosphate ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? Now ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ರೂಬಿಪದು ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟು, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎ 3 carbon structure. Okay, it is reduced into what? 3 carbon structure, and interestingly the ATP and NADPH, okay, NADPH, they are mainly consumed in this second reaction, right? And finally the regeneration. Regeneration mainly stands for regeneration of RuBP, RuBP. That is the ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. Okay, so ಇದರ ರೀಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ಲು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ RuBP. ಓಕೆ, ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ RuBP is actually a 5 carbon compound. It is mainly what? A 5 carbon compound, right? So ಇದು regeneration ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು, RuBP regeneration ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು. Again for regeneration ATP is used. ATP is actually used. Right? So these are the 3 stages. We will look into each and every stage in more detail in this particular diagram over here. Right? So the first stage, as you can see over here, we are having is the ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. Right? So ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate plus carbon dioxide ಮತ್ತು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವಾಟರು ಕೂಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ 3-phosphoglycerate. ನಾವು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ 3-phosphoglycerate is actually a 3 carbon compound. It is mainly what? 3 carbon compound. But however, there is an another intermediate step. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಆರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, there is an intermediate step which is called as a 6 carbon intermediate compound. And unfortunately we don't know the name of this compound. ಈ compound ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಸರು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ it is highly unstable. So immediately this 6 carbon compound splits into 2 molecules of the 3-phosphoglycerate. Right? Yes. So now what happens is that this 3-phosphoglycerate undergoes the next step, that is the reduction reaction, right? Reduction phase of the Kelvin cycle. Kelvin cycle the reduction phase nalle agutte. And again there is one more intermediate over here. There is another intermediate step over here, right? We get one more compound called as the 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate. Okay, 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate anta one molecule barutte. Remember again 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate is again a 3-carbon structure. It is what? Again a 3-carbon structure. Now what happens is that this 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate conversion ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, that is 3-phosphoglycerate ಇಂದ 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? You require ATP for this reaction. You require what? ATP for this reaction. Right? So from 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate ಮುಂದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Triose phosphate formation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Triose phosphate ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we are none other than we are referring to 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, also called as PGAL. Right? So interestingly, the NADP what you're looking over here is actually used in this reaction. Is actually used for this reaction. Is used for this particular, the NADPH is mainly used for this particular reaction. Right? So now this triose phosphate is again finally is converted into sucrose, and which is converted into later to glucose and stored in the form of starch. Right? Adre again there is a continuation of this cycle. What you can see, that is the regeneration. Regeneration is a stage where mainly the RUBP, that is ರೈಬುಲೋಸ್ 1,5-bis phosphate, ಇದನ್ನೇನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಂ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಗೇನ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ದಿ 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde ಓನ್ಲಿ, PGAL ಇಂದನೇ ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್ ದ ರೈಬುಲೋಸ್ 1,5-bis phosphate. Right? Now remember, the whole step is actually an enzymatic reaction, right? But however, here we have to consider one important enzyme called as the Rubisco. This step, right, that is ribulose 1,5-bis phosphate plus carbon dioxide will give us the 3-phosphoglycerate, right? E step na catalyze ಮಾಡೋದು one enzyme called as the Rubisco. Okay, it is called as Rubisco ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? The full form of Rubisco is ribulose 1,5-bis phosphate carboxylase oxygenase. The CO stands for carboxylase oxygenase, right? Yeah. So as the name indicates, carboxylase oxygenase ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ, this enzyme is having affinity for 2 products. Okay, it is having affinity for 2 important products. One is CO2 ಗೂ bind ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, and even it can have affinity for oxygen also. ರೈಟ್? ಬಟ್ ಹವರ್ ರುಬಿಸ್ಕೋ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತು ನಮಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆತಂತಂದರೆ ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತು ರುಬಿಸ್ಕೋ if it binds with the oxygen, it will lead to one more process called as photorespiration. Photorespiration ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ about the Kelvin cycle. So remember, ribulose 1,5-bis phosphate along with the carbon dioxide will give us the first, that is the 6-carbon intermediate product. This 6-carbon intermediate product is highly unstable, which splits into another 3-carbon product that is called as the 3-phosphoglycerate. The 3-phosphoglycerate undergoes the phosphorylation reaction to give us the 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate. Later, this 1,3-bis phosphoglycerate undergoes the next step of the reaction to give us the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, PGAL, right? 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is ultimately used for the synthesis of sucrose, that is next converted into glucose or stored in the form of starch, right? And the last step we are having is the regeneration, where the PGAL, that is the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, is used for the regeneration of RUBP, and again in this step ATP is utilized. And again after regeneration of RUBP, the cycle will actually go on continuously. So this is how we can say the Kelvin cycle is actually occurring. But however, we have not discussed an important point over here, that is the stoichiometry, that is consumption of ATP and NADPH. ಎಷ್ಟು ATP ಮತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು NADPH ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ಸಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ 1 molecule of CO2, 3 ATP and 2 NADPH NADPH are actually consumed. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ರನ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ? 3 ATP ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 2 NADPH ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ 3 ATP ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದ 3 ATP ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ 3 ATP ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 3 ATP 2 ATP ಆರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 1 ATP ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ regeneration process. Okay, so hence we can say that reduction step ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ATP ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? 2 ATP are used, but in the case of regeneration process you can see that only 1 ATP is used, right? Yeah, so 2 NADP ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ? 2 NADP is again used for the reduction only. So this is what we can say about the Kelvin cycle, mainly the ATP consumption. So here we are having a chart, a table that we have seen into our textbooks, that the number of carbon dioxide molecules that are being invested. Okay, ಎಷ್ಟು carbon dioxide molecule invest ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? Around 6 carbon dioxide is used to give us 1 glucose molecule. ಹೌದಾ? And what is the number of ATP that are being used? 18 ATP are being used. And what is the result after the consumption of ATP? ADP we will get. And the next one we are having is the 12 NADPH are being used, and we get 12 NADP. Okay, yes. So we can actually take a detailed look over here where the ATP are actually being consumed. According to this only, ಈ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಇದರಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ 3 CO2 molecules. Okay, 3 CO2 molecules and 3 Rubip molecules. Okay, that is 3 Rubisco 1,5-bis phosphate plus 3 carbon dioxide, right? It will give us, as I said, 3 molecules of 6 carbon intermediate product. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಆಗ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, 3 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ರೈಬೋಲೋಸ್ 1,5-bis ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟು ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 3 molecules ಆಫ್ 6 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ 6 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ನು? ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿ ರೈಬೋಲೋಸ್ 1,5-bis ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅ 5 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ನೋ that after this 6 carbon intermediate product is formed, which is highly unstable, it will give us 6 molecules. Okay, 6 molecules of 3 phosphoglycerate which are made up of 3 carbon. Okay, this 6 molecules of 3 phosphoglycerate which is made up of 3 carbon atoms will undergo the reaction to give us triose phosphate. ಟ್ರಯೋಸ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು? ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ PgAl. ಓಕೆ, ಈವನ್ PgAl is also what? 3 carbon product. And how many number of 3 PgAl is formed? 6 number of PgAl are actually formed. So now what happens is that out of 6, 5 PgAl. 5 PgAl is mainly used for the regeneration process. Only 1 PgAl remains now, right? But however, we want glucose, and glucose is mainly made up of 6 carbon. PgAl we are having only what? 3 carbon. ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು PgAl ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ? 3 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಬಟ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ? 6 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ 6 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ದು ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು? ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ PgAl ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಟು ನೀಡ್ 1 more 3 carbon of PgAl, we require another 3 CO2 molecules, right? So these another 3 CO2 molecules will basically fuse with the 3 molecules of ribulose 1,5-bis phosphate. Andre artha, this Kelvin cycle will it has to run one more time. After it runs one more time, we will get one more PgAl which is made up of 3 carbon, and ಇವು ಎರಡು ಕೂಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 6 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಗೇನ್ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 5 molecules of PgAlV is used for what? Regeneration of ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate, right? So for every 3 carbon dioxide molecules, for every 3 CO2, what happens? 6 ATP are used, right? So plus for a regeneration process, okay, 3 ATP are being used, right? Similarly, another CO2 running the cycle for one more time, 6 ATP are used plus 3 ATP. This 3 ATP is mainly for regeneration. This 6 ATP is mainly for reduction. Mainly for what? Reduction. So finally, what is the number of ATP you are seeing over here? 6 plus 3, we are having 9. Another 6 plus 3, we are having 9. So 9 plus 9, we are having 18 ATP. Finally, right? What about NADP? For every 3 molecules of carbon dioxide, only 6 NADPH are used. And similarly, for another cycle of 3 carbon dioxide molecules, another 6 NADPH are being used. So finally, 6 NADPH plus another 6 NADPH, we will get 12 NADPH are being consumed. So this is the net consumption of ATP and NADPH molecules in the Kelvin cycle. So hence we can say that for every 6 carbon dioxide molecules, we can see that 18 ATP are being used and 12 NADPH are being used. So now what we can do, we can look into the next one more pathway, which is called as C4 pathway. Now the C4 pathway is slightly different and it is more advanced. Okay, and these plants are highly evolved, and again these plants are mainly evolved from the C3 plants only. Now C4 pathway is mainly observed in a type of plant called as a C4 plant, and these plants are more tolerant to high temperatures, and also they show better response to high light intensities. And interestingly, they even have high biomass productivity, and they lack a process called as photorespiration. Okay, we will discuss this photorespiration shortly. Now they are having a unique leaf anatomy called as the Kranz anatomy ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Now Kranz anatomy ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, if you look into a leaf, okay, here we are having the midrib, okay, and these are the veins ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Veins ಅಂದ್ರೆ ultimately they are having the vascular bundles. So ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಏನೋ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಲೀಫ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, here we are having vascular bundles. So this is called as the vascular bundles. And the vascular bundles are surrounded by a unique type of cells. The vascular bundles are surrounded by a unique type of cell which is called as the bundle sheath cells. They are called as what? Bundle sheath cells. So we can say that the bundle sheath cells are actually wrapping the vascular bundle, hence this anatomy is called as the Kranz anatomy. So Kranz is actually a German word which actually means to wreath andre to encircle or to encapsulate. So bundle sheath cells, as we mentioned, it mainly surround the vascular bundles. The bundle sheath cells have a large number of chloroplasts. They actually have a large number of chloroplasts. And the cell walls are also quite thicker, and you find no intracellular spaces. Okay, you don't find any kind of intercellular spaces. So large number of chloroplast iro uddesha enu, better light reactions and better the dark reactions. Thicker cell wall and less number of or no intracellular spaces edikkirutte antandre ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಒಂದನೇದ್ದು. ಎರಡನೇದು, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಭಾಳ ಎಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ಸು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟದು ಭಾಳ ಥಿಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್? ಬಂಡಲ್ sheath cells. So now here we are having a diagrammatic representation of what we call so-called the C4 pathway. Okay. So here we are having the mesophyll cell. The first cell we are having is the mesophyll cell, and the second cell you are looking over here is the bundle sheath cell, right? So here you can see the whole process starts with the atmospheric carbon dioxide. ಓಕೆ ದ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿರಿಕ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮೀಸೋಫಿಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೈಕಾರ್ಬೊನೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ HCO3 ಮೈನಸ್ ಬೈಕಾರ್ಬೊನೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ಈ ಬೈಕಾರ್ಬೊನೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್, ಓಕೆ, ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ C4 cycle, the first acceptor, we call it as the phosphoenol pyruvate, PEP anta karitivi, which is the acceptor of the carbon dioxide. Here you can see the name they have mentioned over here, right? Bicarbonate ion plus phosphoenol pyruvate ಎರಡು ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ, okay, it gives a acid called as the C4 acid anta kariತೀವಿ. This C4 acid is actually oxaloacetic acid anta kariತೀವಿ. It is called as what? Oxaloacetic acid. Now remember this process, that is a fixation of the bicarbonate ion along with the phosphoenol pyruvic acid is done by an enzyme called as PEP carboxylase. Called as PEP carboxylase. Okay, so this enzyme is more efficient than the Rubisco enzyme. Okay, how it is more efficient we will be discussing in the photorespiration part. Okay, so ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ, ಈ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ಬೇಕು, PEP ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ 4 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ C4 ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಾಲೋಅಸೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಾಲೋಅಸೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ದ 2 cells, that is the mesophyll cell and the bundle sheath cell, both are in connected with each other. Both cells are in connection with each other with the help of a junction called as the plasmodesmata. It is called as what? Plasmodesmata. So plasmodesmata are basically channel-like structures, tunnel-like structures, which bring a direct contact of cytoplasm of one cell with the cytoplasm of the another cell. Right? So this is called as plasmodesmata. So because the cytoplasm are directly in contact with the 2 adjacent neighboring cells, the molecules can be easily transported inside. Okay, so the C4 acid is transported into the next cell, that is called as the bundle sheath cell, right? Here the C4 acid undergoes the decarboxylation process. Okay, undergoes the decarboxylation process, and the decarboxylation ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ, it releases the carbon dioxide. Okay, it releases the carbon dioxide. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಡಿಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ, ದಿಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲ್, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ slide. Okay, now what is the result? We are getting a C3 acid. This C3 acid is actually pyruvate. It is actually pyruvate, which is again transported back to our mesophyll cell, which is again converted back into phosphoenol pyruvate. So this is called as the C4 cycle. Okay, this is called as what? C4 cycle. So the whole intention of the C4 cycle is that to prevent the Rubisco binding with oxygen. ಯಾಕೆ C4 ಸೈಕಲ್ಲು ಎವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ C4 ಸೈಕಲ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ರುಬಿಸ್ಕೋ ಎನ್ಸೈಮು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ರುಬಿಸ್ಕೋ ಬೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಆರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ರುಬಿಸ್ಕೋ, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಫೋಟೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್. ನಾವು ಫೋಟೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ATP, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ NADP, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್. ATP and NADPH are actually consumed in the photorespiration, and it is called as photorespiration because it is exactly similar to the normal respiration that occurs inside the cells, that is consumption of O2 and release of carbon dioxide. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಫೋಟೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಕರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಫೋಟೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ನು ರುಬಿಸ್ಕೋಗೆ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫೋಟೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ನು ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಆಕರ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಎನಾಲ್ ಪೈರುವೇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಎನಾಲ್ ಪೈರುವೇಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ವಿತ್ ಅನ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ PEP ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ದಿಸ್ PEP ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಸ್ ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಟು ಇಟ್. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಎಫಿನಿಟಿನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಡಸಂಟ್ ಬೈಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ oxygen. This enzyme does not bind with the oxygen. Whatever it does, it mainly does with the CO2. Okay, CO2 ಜೊತೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅದರದ್ದು ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಬರ್ತದೆ, C4 ಆಸಿಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ we get the C4 acid, and this C4 acid is transported into the bundle sheath cells. So bundle sheath cells ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, you find a Rubisco enzyme. In the bundle sheath cells, the Rubisco enzyme is mainly present. So what happens is that the carbon dioxide is transported in the form of C4 acid and it undergoes the decarboxylation in the bundle sheath cells, where the concentration of the carbon dioxide slowly increases. As a result, the Rubisco can bind with the carbon dioxide and can enter with the as usual Calvin cycle. That is the main intention. That is the main intention of this C4 cycle, right? So we can look into the photo respiration over here. That is what agal ನಾವು ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗೇನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ Rubisco is the most efficient, most abundant enzyme in the biosphere. But however, when it comes to efficiency, bhal poor adadu. Okay, so even oxygen can also bind to the Rubisco enzyme, and this results in inefficient CO2 fixation anta karitivi. Okay, so ille enagutte andre photo respiration alli enagutte andre oxygen is consumed. Oxygen is consumed and CO2 is released. Okay, oxygen is consumed and CO2 is released, which is similar to respiration. Which is similar to what? Respiration. Okay, and this respiration occurring in the case of plants, hence we call it as what? Photorespiration. This process, photorespiration, only occurs when the oxygen binds with the Rubisco enzyme. Okay, remember this point. So this is the equation that we are having. The RUBP plus oxygen along with the Rubisco, will give us phosphoglycerate and phosphoglycolate. Phosphoglycerate and we will get the phosphoglycolate. So these are the products that you see in the case of the photorespiration. This is the reaction that you are looking over here. So this is similar to the respiration, and consumption of the oxygen, there will be consumption of oxygen and release of carbon dioxide. Similarly, there will be also consumption of ATP and NADPH. But however, C4 plants does not have this particular problem. They don't have this problem, because as you know that carbon dioxide is mainly fixed in the form of a C4 acid. This C4 acid is transported into the bundle sheath cells and again undergoes the decarboxylation to give us the carbon dioxide. And this carbon dioxide in the bundle sheath cells can undergo the C3 cycle as usual. So now we can look into the factors that actually affect the photosynthesis process. So photosynthesis is affected by two important factors. The first one we are having is the plant factors, and there are some important external factors. The plant factors mainly means the number, size, age and orientation of the leaves. Okay, plant nalliruvanta leaf the number estiರ್ತದೆ, age estiರ್ತದೆ, size ಹೇಗಿರ್ತದೆ and ಯಾವ ತರ ಓರಿಯಂಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೀಸೋಫಿಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಮೀಸೋಫಿಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, and internal carbon dioxide concentration also matters along with the amount of chlorophyll. ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ಲೀಫ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ದೀಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸು, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಹೇಗೆ? ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. External factors is mainly dependent upon the availability of the water. Water ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಗೆ, ಸನ್ಲೈಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಲೀಫ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ದ CO2 ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ atmosphere also play an important role. So here we can look into the first factor. So now we can discuss an important law called as the law of minimal factors anta bartade. Blackman, this theory, this law was actually put forth by Blackman. Okay, but actually it is said that it is put forth by another scientist called as the Liebig, but Blackman was the person who more emphasized and made this law more popular. Okay, so this law tells us that when a chemical process is controlled by more than one factor, ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ಸು, ಒಂದು ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಒನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್, the rate of the reaction is controlled by the factor which is least in value or minimal in value. Okay, so if there are factors called as x, y, z, ಓಕೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಥರದ್ದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಮೂರು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅಗದಿ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದು ಅಗದಿ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಅಗದಿ ಲೋಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲೋಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, that will be controlling or that will decide the process. Okay, so let us take a graph. Okay, x ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇದೆ, okay, y is also more, okay, but however z is least. Okay, so we can say that z is the limiting factor. So what happens is that if we start to increase the z concentration, the process of the chemical process also increases, the rate of the chemical process also increases until another factor becomes limiting. Okay, so this is the definition. If a chemical process is affected by more than one factor, then the rate will be determined or decided by the factor that is nearest to the minimal value, or the factor which is least in concentration or less in value. Okay, hence it is the factor which directly affects the process if its quantity is changed, right? If its quantity is changed. So now we shall look into the first factor, that is called as the light. So here you can see the light is a very important factor, but however light is a rarely a limiting factor anta karitare. Yake antandre light is abundantly found. Light is abundantly found. Only the light can be a limiting factor only for the plants that actually grow in shady parts or under the canopies. ಬೇರೆ ಗಿಡದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬೆಳೆಯೋ ಅಂಥ ಸಸ್ಯಗಳಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಸಸ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಅನ್ಬೋದು, ಲೈಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಗ್ರಾಫ್, ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದ ಲೈಟ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್, ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ increases. But after the light intensity becomes completely saturated, okay, at high intensity, as the intensity increases, the rate of photosynthesis does not change, does not increase, it becomes constant. Yake constant agate? Yakantandre all the photosystems inside the leaf are being used. This is called as a saturation point anta karitivi. So light saturation occurs at a 10% of total sunlight. Okay, sunlight the full strength ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಅದರದ್ದು 10% ಲೈಟ್ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಲೀಫ್ ನಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೋಟೋ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸು ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಅಚೀವ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ it is achieved at the 10% of total sunlight. Okay, but however light intensity bhala agabaradu. If the light intensity goes on increasing, it is damaging to chlorophyll also. It is damaging, okay, it is damaging to chlorophyll. It is damaging to chlorophyll also. So this is mainly about the light as limiting factor. Now let us look into one more, that is called as CO2 concentration. So this is the major limiting factor anta heltivi. Okay, now you all know that the concentration of carbon dioxide in the earth atmosphere is very less. It is around 0.03% to around 0.04 anta heltivi. Adre carbon dioxide akasmat concentration increase aitu, if the concentration increases around up to 0.05, then there is increased rate of photosynthesis. But again, if it increases more than 0.05, then it will be a problematic to the plants. Remember this. Okay, it can be damaging to the plant body. Now, the C4 plants and C3 plants responds to the carbon dioxide. Now, interestingly, when the light conditions is low, akasmatu low light condition ittantandre, high concentration of CO2 idru, there is no increase in the photosynthesis. Remember this point. Okay, during the low light conditions, when the plant is exposed to the high concentration of carbon dioxide, there is no increase to response. There is no increase in the photosynthesis. Okay. But however, this can be reciprocal. When the light intensity increases, what happens with the higher concentration of carbon dioxide? The process of photosynthesis can increase. Remember this point. Now, when you look into the saturation point antandre, the number of Rubisco molecules that finally all of them are being utilized for the dark reactions. That is called as a CO2 saturation point anta karitivi. Okay, so in the case of C3 plants, they have a higher saturation point, okay, which we call it as the 450 mul per liter or 450 microliter per liter anta heltivi. But whereas the C4 plants have a lower saturation point, which is called as 360 mul per liter. Okay, so these are the values that you people have to remember. Finally, higher response for CO2 plants is CO2 is observed in the case of C3 plants, and this idea is used for growing of some commercial plants, that is the tomato and the bell pepper. Okay, bell pepper is mainly related to chili species. ಮೆಣಸಿನಕಾಯಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಗಿಡದ ಪ್ರಜಾತಿ ಅದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ C3 plants are responding to higher concentrations of CO2. ಈ ಐಡಿಯಾನ, ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿನ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್. Ultimately, temperature is also important because reactions, that is the light and dark reactions, especially the dark reactions, are controlled by the enzymes, and enzymes activity is again dependent upon the temperature. Okay, so now C4 plants actually respond to higher temperatures and show increased rate of photosynthesis than the C3 plants anta karitivi. Okay, so high temperature irtadalla aa region nalli C4 plants ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಸ್ ಎ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದರದ್ದು ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ರೇಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋದಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಗೇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್, right? And depending upon where the plants are adapted, okay, where the plants are adapted. For example, in the case of tropical plants, they have a higher temperature optimum. Higher temperature optimum antandre, at even higher temperature they can work perfectly and they can do the photosynthesis. But however, temperate plants alli temperature optimum ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಜನರಲಿ ಇನ್ ಡ್ರೈ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಸಿ C4 plants are better adapted compared to the C3 plants. And the last important factor that is controlling the photosynthesis is the water. Okay, water. I have not mentioned it over here, but remember, water is also playing an important role for the photosynthesis. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, water is an important reaction in the component of the light reaction. ಓಕೆ, ಲೈಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಲೈಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ದಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್, ವಾಟರ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ, ವಾಟರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆತಂತಂದರೆ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟಾ. The plant actually has to close the stomata. Now closing the stomata is actually a problem because ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಟರ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಗೇನ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಟು ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಫ್. ಸೊ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ how the stomata is actually kept open, right? So this is water that mainly controls. So along with the water stress, again water stress irodrinda it also leads to wilting of leaves, and surface area of the leaves also reduced, and also the metabolic capacity also is reduced. So as a result we can say that even water is an limiting factor. So we have discussed all the important factors, and this completes this chapter. Now we can look into some important questions over here. The first question is that photosynthesis in the C4 plants is relatively less limited by the atmospheric CO2 because there is an effective pumping of CO2 into the bundle sheath cells. Rubisco in C4 plants has more affinity towards the CO2. 4 carbon acids are primarily initial carbon dioxide fixation products, and the primary carbon dioxide fixation is mediated by PEP carboxylase. So the answer for this question is that the C and D option makes more sense over here. Rubisco dalli yade tarada affinity CO2 ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Rubisco is same in the case of C3 and C4 plants, okay? And there is no pumping. So second option and first option are actually wrong, but C and D option makes more sense. 4 carbon acids are the primary initial carbon dioxide fixation products, and the primary fixation of carbon dioxide is mediated via the PEP carboxylase. Okay, both statements are true, but the statement that is a D is making more sense over here. First fixation is actually done by the enzyme called as the PEP carboxylase, done by the PEP carboxylase. Okay, so hence we can say that D option is the right answer over here. Primary fixation of carbon dioxide is mediated via an enzyme called as PEP carboxylase. The next question, the C4 cycle earlier was mainly discovered in the groundnut, sugarcane, chrysanthemum and apple. Remember, generally C4 cycle is more observed in the case of grass species of plants. Sugar actually belongs to a grass species of plants, hence the answer is the sugarcane. Now, the dash of Kelvin cycle is a final acceptor of CO2 in C4 plants, right? So the final acceptor of CO2 in the C4 plants is yadu RUBP, that is ribulose 1,5-bis phosphate, PGA, that is 3-phosphoglycerate, DHCP ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ dihydroxyacetone phosphate, and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, okay, G6P ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡು C4 ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ C4 ಆಸಿಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂಡಲ್ ಶೀತಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಡಿಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ CO2 ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಓಕೆ? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ CO2 ಇಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ನನ್ ಅದರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ RUBP ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ A is the right answer over here. The fourth question, the dark reaction in the photosynthesis is called so because it can occur in dark alone. It does not require direct light energy. It cannot occur in daytime. It occurs more in night time. The answer is, you know, it doesn't require direct light energy. Now, during the dark reaction, 3 carbon atoms of 3-PGA, that is the 3-phosphoglyceric acid or 3-phosphoglycerate, are derived from RUBP only, CO2 only, RUBP plus CO2, and PEP plus RUBP plus CO2. So 3-PGA antandre it is a 3 carbon atom. Hauda? This 3 carbon atom from the 3-PGA is derived from 3 option 3, that is the RUBP plus CO2. So next question we are having, the primary carboxylation occurs in C3 and C4 plants with the help of, okay, PEP carboxylase and pyruvate carboxylase, PEP carboxylase and rubib carboxylase, and the PEP carboxylase, alcohol dehydrogenase and the hexokinase. Okay, so C3 plants nalli we see Rubisco, right? Rubisco antandre RUBP carboxylase, and in the case of C4 plants it is PEP carboxylase, right? Rubisco enzyme anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು C3 plants ನಲ್ಲಿ, and PEP carboxylase in the case of C4 plants anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So the right answer over here is RUBP carboxylase, and one more is the PEP carboxylase. ಉಳಿಕಿದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Next one, for the synthesis of one molecule of glucose, the number of ATP and NADPH required is 10 and 15, 12 and 25, 12 and 8, 18 and 12, right? So we have discussed from our class earlier that the number of ATP is 18 and NADPH is 12. Hence the right answer over here is D. Next, glucose synthesis occurs in which stage of the Calvin cycle? Carboxylation, reduction, oxygenation, regeneration. It is reduction. Carboxylation ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ RUBP ಜೊತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೇಟರ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ RUBP ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಮುಂದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ we get a 3-PGA. This 3-PGA undergoes reduction to give us the triose phosphate, which is used for the glucose synthesis. Hence we can say that right answer is B, reduction stage. The path of the dark reaction of photosynthesis was traced using radioactive phosphate, radioactive carbon dioxide, radioactive oxygen, and X-rays, right? The answer is carbon 14, radioactive isotope of regular carbon, that is radioactive carbon dioxide. The next question, identify the correct sequence about the Calvin cycle. Correct statement about the Calvin cycle. RUBP is the first acceptor of CO2. Phosphoglyceric acid is the first product. Fixation of one molecule of CO2 requires 5 ATP and 2 NADPH. All of this. No. The third option is the wrong statement, hence it is the right answer for us. Right? So you can see that for carbon dioxide of fixation of one carbon dioxide we require 3 ATP, okay, and 2 NADPH. But they have given 5 ATP. Hence the 3 option, that is C option, is a wrong statement, and that is the correct answer over here. 13th question, which of the following statements, read the following statements and identify the wrong one. The reduction step of the Calvin cycle requires 2 ATP and 2 NADPH for phosphorylation per CO2. The regeneration requires 1 ATP of phosphorylation to form RUBP. Cyclic phosphorylation occurs to meet the demand of the ATP and NADPH required at the dark reaction. Plants are adapted to the dry tropical regions, have C4 pathway, right? So now the fourth statement, as we had discussed at the last moment, it is true. Plants which are adapted to the dry and high temperatures have C4 pathway. And cyclic phosphorylation is occurring to meet the demand of ATP and NADPH. It is also true, okay, because in the dark reactions, the ATP number and NADPH are highly required. So to meet this discrepancies, to meet this demand for ATP in the dark reaction, the cyclic phosphorylation occurs more. The second statement tells us that regeneration of RUBP requires 1 ATP. We know that 3 ATP for 1 CO2, out of which 2 ATP is used for the reduction and 1 ATP is used for regeneration. Yes, so hence the even second statement is also true. But the first statement tells us that 2 ATP is used for reduction and 2 NADP is used for phosphorylation per CO2. It should be, the statement should be 2 ATP for phosphorylation and 2 NADPH for reduction. Hence, there is a jumbling of sentences over here or words over here. Hence, the wrong statement over here is A, right? Hence, all other statements are correct. But the wrong statement here we are having is the A statement. Hence, A is the right answer over here. Okay? So, ATP is always used for the phosphorylation, not for reduction. For reduction, we use NADPH, right? So hence we can say that A statement is the wrong statement. Hence it is the right answer for this question. Now let us move on to the next point, next question. That is in CAM plants, the CO2 for photosynthesis enters the plant body during. So see, CAM plants mainly means crassulacean acid metabolism. For this one example we are having is the pineapple. Pineapple plant is an example for crassulacean acid metabolism. So what are the options over here? Daytime during lenticels, through lenticels. Okay, lenticels are actually openings in the stem and branches. Branches nalli ಮತ್ತು stem nalli ಇರುವಂತ openings ನಾವೇನಂತ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, lenticels ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Remember this. Night time during when the stomata is open, daytime when the stomata is open, and night time through the hydatoid ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, so CAM plants are having a very unique adaptation. The adaptation is that they open the stomata only during the night time and close the stomata during the daytime. Okay, so hence we can say B option is the right answer. Night time when the stomata is open. CO2 can enter the plant body only through the stomata when it is open during the night time. The next question. Water stress. Under the water stress, the rate of photosynthesis decreases because the stomatal closure leading to decrease in CO2 supply, reduced water potential that decreases the leaf surface area of photosynthesis, both A and B, turgidity of leaf. So we have discussed closing the stomata to reduce the transpiration will lead to less transportation of carbon dioxide into the plant. And also you see that it also causes the reduction in water potential. Hence we can say both A and B are the right answer over here. Next question. Why at higher light intensities gradually the photosynthesis rate does not show further increase? Higher intensity activate more chlorophylls, higher intensity cause more transpiration, no need of sugar formation, other factors will be limiting. The answer is other factors will become limiting. ಉಳ್ಕಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್. The 17th question. The internal factors that affect the photosynthesis are dependent on the morphological predisposition, genetical predisposition, temperature, water. Okay, we know internal factors antandre plant factors. So ultimately growth of the plant and genetics of the plant. Hence the answer is genetic predisposition of the plant. During the C2 cycle, synthesis of sugars occurs. Utilization of ATP occurs, synthesis of ATP occurs, synthesis of NADPH occurs. So we know in the photorespiration, C2 cycle antandre it is also called as photorespiration. Okay, photorespiration. Utilization of ATP occurs. B is the right answer over here. Select the incorrect pair. Aspartic acid, 2 carbon compound, PGA, 3 carbon compound, malic acid, 4 carbon compound, RUBP, 5 carbon compound, right? So we have discussed PGA that it is a 3 carbon compound. It is correct. It's a correct pair. Malic acid is a 4 carbon compound. Yes, it is a 4 carbon compound, correct pair. RUBP is a 5 carbon compound. We have discussed this. Yes, it is also correct pair. Hence we can say the incorrect pair is the aspartic acid, which is actually a 4 carbon compound. Hence A is the right answer over here. Okay, so remember from the C4 cycle we know that PEP phosphoryl pyruvate plus CO2 will give us the first C4 acid, okay, called as the oxaloacetic acid, right? The oxaloacetic acid which is formed in the mesophyll cell is transported to the bundle sheath cell, and this transportation is generally done in the form of aspartic acid or in the form of malic acid. Okay, and both of these are actually the 4 carbon compounds. Remember this point. Okay, the transportation of oxaloacetic acid is done in the form of aspartic acid or malic acid, and both of them are what? 4 carbon compound. 20th question. Select the incorrect statement. Operation of Calvin cycle requires regeneration of RUBP. Yes, true. The Calvin cycle regenerates its own biochemical components. Yes, true. The triose phosphates are formed in the reduction step of the Calvin cycle. Yes, it is true. The decarboxylation of the RUBP is catalyzed by the enzyme Rubisco. No, the decarboxylation of RUBP is not catalyzed by Rubisco. Hence, it is D option is the incorrect statement. Now, let us move on to the next question. In Cran's anatomy, the bundle sheath cells have thin walls, many intracellular spaces, and sorry, there's a error over here, and no chloroplasts. Okay, it is no chloroplasts. Okay, so next option, thick walls, no intracellular spaces, and large number of chloroplasts. Thin walls, no intracellular spaces, and several chloroplasts. Thick walls, many intracellular spaces, and few chloroplasts. So we know in the case of Cran's anatomy, more number of chloroplasts, it is having thick cell walls and also no intracellular spaces. So B option is the right answer over here. The next question, in the case of C4 plants, they are special because they tolerate high temperatures, they have special anatomy, and they show high response to high light intensities, they have higher productivity, they lack photorespiration. Which of the following statements are true? 1 and 2, 1, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, all of these. So we know that C4 plants have higher toleration to the temperatures. They have a special leaf anatomy called as the Cran's anatomy. It is also true. They can show a response to high light intensities, and they have higher productivity also. And we also know that they lack photorespiration. So we can say that all the statements are true. Hence D is the right answer over here. Right? So we will stop our discussion over here only. You people have to concentrate this chapter as it is very important. You will expect more number of questions, at least 2 to 3 questions as what we have discussed for the NEET examination, and at least one question of them will be asked in your CET examination, right? So respiration and photosynthesis too are very important chapters. Okay, they are completely biochemistry based chapters. So I have made my best attempt to discuss all the concepts with then also with the questions which can cover all the concepts of the whole chapter. So all that is left to you is to solve the more number of questions, right? So you people will be having your own material. Please refer material and solve more number of questions. And we will meet in the next video where we will discuss with the next chapter, that is the respiration, right? Thank you.